What is going on, everybody? Today, I want to analyze the first team offensive line unit that was kind of out there against the Buffalo Bills. As you guys know, there are some injuries that have kind of happened, which has moved guys like Cody Whitehair over to left guard. And at the moment, right tackle Darnell Wright's out, which puts Larry Borum in. And of course, right guard Nate Davis is out, which puts Ja'Tyre Carter in at right guard. So today we're going to analyze the tape of the guys that were actually in there. These guys played about 11 snaps together. And I want to analyze all 11 snaps because there were a lot of really positive moments. Keep in mind the film breakdown's going to be super quick, probably less than 10 minutes, because there's not a lot of clips, right? There's just not. Now, there are some coaching elements that I want to get into, starting with the first rep here. I got to give a big shout out to left tackle Braxton Jones because Braxton Jones has taken the year 2 leap. And you really see it on a play like this. You know, when Braxton Jones makes contact with this defensive end here, there's two things that could happen. Braxton Jones can move this guy over to the left, or the defensive lineman can hold his ground and not allow any movement here. Keeping in mind, this is a zone run to the left, which means it's likely going to bend back towards the inside, unless Braxton Jones can take this defensive end and really move him out towards the left. And that's a very important concept to understand with offensive linemen and defensive linemen. In this instance, Braxton Jones shows us why he has taken that year 2 leap. The guy's physical. He's strong. He looks so much better this year than he did last year. And he is actually moving people. And you guys can see it on this play here, where he legit takes his defensive end and moves him about 5 yards to the left. That physicality right there by Braxton Jones is absolutely special. This is part of why I thought this guy had a lot of upside last year. But last year he had a lot of losing reps. Of course, he was a rookie. But this year he's not having those same losing reps. Instead, he's taking guys and moving them against their will. And what oftentimes happens, and I do understand this play doesn't actually pop. Cody Whitehair ends up losing his block, but I want to kind of show you guys what actually happens. If Cody Whitehair is, let's say, able to take this guy and maybe flip the hips, and let's just say there's a wall that gets created here. If Braxton Jones takes his guy and pushes him somewhere out here, well, what ends up happening is you see a wall here, and that would be the lane for the running back to go through. Now, in this instance, Braxton Jones does a great job, but Cody Whitehair ends up getting blown up, and there's nowhere for Herbert to go within this play. This one right here falls 100% on the left guard. Left guard's not able to get any movement. In fact, he gets pushed back, and the play ends up just not working, and it's not just the left guard. If you guys watch the right guard here, he's going to end up getting blown back as well. He has kind of a hard reach. So there's just nowhere for the running back to go, but do keep in mind, sometimes a run will not succeed. Do it like 1 or 2 guys, and every other guy can do their job. But if 1 or 2 guys makes a mistake, you're not going to have a play pop, right? And that's kind of what happened on this one. With that being stated, let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Now for Cody Whitehair, that first rep was not pretty, but this rep, he's going to do a much, much better job. You guys can see his pass pro blocking ability. And that last play, Whitehair did lose because he wasn't strong enough to take on that power of that D tackle. And that is the one way Whitehair oftentimes loses. But when it comes to being able to be technical, using his technique, getting out in front of people, possibly anchoring down, using, really dropping the anchor and those type of things, he definitely does do a good job. In this instance, he does a really nice job making contact with the defensive tackle, really mirrors the movement of the defensive tackle. If you guys watch the D tackle, he's going to get out of his stance. He's going to hesitate to the inside, and then he's going to hesitate to the outside. And Whitehair basically gets right in front of it. And look at him drop the anchor. Look at those legs spread out the way they do. He drops the hips. Just a really nice job anchoring down right there against that defensive tackle. Of course, just a quick throw. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. One of the things I really like with Ja'Tyre Carter is how physical he plays. He plays the game where he literally wants to hurt people. In this instance, he does a great job passing off the defensive tackle, and then he crushes the defensive end. To me, that's a really, really nice physical rep. This is exactly what I like to see. Slows down the D tackle, passes him off to the center, gets his head out towards the defensive end, and then he wants to crush him. Bam! To me, that's what I like to watch right there. Obviously, the D end does try to jump at the same time. And then if you guys watch Cody Whitehair on this one, we'll watch Braxton Jones as well. But Cody Whitehair first, he does a really nice job within this rep, if you guys ask me. A great job mirroring once again. Uses the left hand, latches that onto the shoulder pad, and holds the defensive tackle. Really just a true one-on-one block for Whitehair. Great job if you guys ask me. Left tackle also does a great job. And I think that's one of the things with Braxton Jones, where he's taking that year 2 leap, is he really shows off that power. you can definitely see that he does not get pushed around as much as he did his rookie year. And the power has been there, right? I think the thing that wasn't there last year was the technique, the hands, the comfortability. This year he has that. You can see he really does a great job against his defensive end. Defensive end's going to try to shed him late, and he's going to basically just push him up the pocket. So that's a really, really nice job by Braxton Jones. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Watch Ja'Tyre Carter again on this one, and he's going to protect his tackle to the inside. And I love this about him. You see the defensive end quickly goes back to the outside. But this is part of what Carter does really well. You know, he double teams when the slides towards his side, and he keeps that helmet on a swivel. And if anyone's going to try to jump his tackle to the inside, he's right there to try to clean it up. And I don't know if this guy made a business decision, but he obviously went back towards the outside away from Carter. So that's a good job right there. And of course, the quarterback gets the ball out. It's a pretty nice rep. Let's go ahead and get to the next play. Just a little bit of criticism for Braxton Jones. I'm not sure exactly what caused him to be laid out of his stance, but he was just like half a second too slow. And luckily, the quarterback's able to step up into the pocket and take off running, picks up 13 yards. But I'm not sure exactly what caused him to be a little late out of his stance. So just something to kind of clean up there. Not a big deal because the play still pops for 13 yards. If you guys watch the left guard does a great job once again. I mean, to me, this is such a nice job. He's going to get out of his stance. And instead of waiting for the D tackle to make contact with him, the left guard's going to take the fight to the D tackle. He's going to punch him right away, right out of his stance. That's a really nice job right there. That's something that I personally love to watch. Even the right tackle does the same exact thing. The right tackle is going to get out of his stance and take the fight almost to the defensive end. Look at this. Bam. That's a great job by Larry Borum. Takes a step back and then goes directly towards the D-end, puts the hands into the D-end, wins that rep as well. Just a nice overall rep by the entire offensive line. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. You got a 40-yard pass here. It's a catch and run of 40 yards. Watch the left tackle here. I mean, to me, there's two parts within this play that I really, really like and really appreciate with a guy like Braxton Jones. First and foremost, watch how much more comfortable he is being physical. Right out of his stance, he's going to go directly at the defensive end, and bam, he's going to punch him. To me, that's a really, really nice rep by Braxton Jones. Not often last year was this guy taking the fight to people, being physical, wanting to actually, impose his will. And of course, as you're going to see the receiver catch the ball, keep an eye on Braxton Jones. Watch him run after this. I love this effort by Braxton. Look at that. Look at him sprinting downfield, trying to maybe throw a block possibly. Obviously, he doesn't within that play, but I do like the effort by Braxton Jones. Effort goes a long way, especially at the offensive tackle position, because oftentimes that type of block could possibly be the difference of a touchdown, or maybe it's, a gain of just 10 yards or something like that, right? So it's a great job right there. Do like the effort. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Once again, a really nice rep by Braxton Jones. It's quick, it's effective. He gets his hands right to the defensive end. Again, sometimes it's just the little things, right, that I think add up over time for a guy to really just kind of continue to develop. It's a nice little rep right there. Let's go ahead and get to the next play. Final rep that we're going to analyze, right tackle Larry Borum has to do a better job. He's not going to pick up the defensive line game right there, and the quarterback takes a massive hit. Now, again, I don't think Larry Borum's going to start based off the reports. It seems like Darnell Wright should be good to go, but you just got to do a better job. You just got to be more aware. And this is the thing with Larry Borum. He flashes sometimes, and then other times he just does the worst things possible. You got to be ready for the defensive line games. You can't overset yourself and not be in position to overtake a defensive line game. And you put your guard in a really bad spot. Like, the right guard at this point wants to get off the block here, and he wants to pick up the D-end. Like, he wants to do it, and you can tell because he almost does do it at the end, right? And this is not on the guard here. Larry Borum has to do a better job. Got to clean these little things up, especially if he's going to be the swing tackle this year. All right, you got to clean it up. With that being stated, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, there are only 11 reps of the first team unit together. Some of these guys did end up playing the rest of the game, or at least the rest of this half. With that being stated, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep in mind, we will be doing 1 or 2 more film breakdowns before the start of the season. If there's someone you guys want to watch, or someone you guys want me to analyze, let me know in the comments below. A guy that I've really enjoyed watching in the past was Keelan Deesh. I think that's how you say his name. And he's a guy that I look forward to possibly breaking down. He's a guy that I think had a pretty good game based off of like the 8 or 9 snaps that I saw of his on Twitter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.